possibly the injured could be a lot more than the people who were on board, because the flight ended up crashing in a civilian area right outside the airport. My colleague Arun Dhanta is also now joining us on the broadcast. Arun, we are learning that the Gujarat Chief Minister has rushed to Ahmedabad from Surat after learning of this great amount of tragedy. We're also learning that the Home Minister has spoken with him. Is that right?
Absolutely. Griha Chief Minister is rushing to the spot, and we're given to understand that the Home Minister Amit Shah has spoken to both the Police Commissioner and the Chief Minister, Bhupen Patel of Gujarat, and ensure all support from the central government side, which is needed. And perhaps that's the reason why you see the Chief Minister is also heading towards that side. There is no clarity, of course, at this point, how many passengers were on board. But as we've been reporting, that the Dreamliner big aircraft, the capacity is more than 220 passengers. So this seems to be a very big, unfortunate incident, which is, in fact, the story is developing at this point in time. The fire services, police, everything there is on the spot. But of course, it's a big crash, if we can call it. And Home Minister Amit Shah ensured all central support assistance to the Gujarat administration and the government at this point in time. And in fact, we are also told that a Chief Minister and the Police Commissioner briefed Amit Shah about this entire incident, but still we are waiting for some sort of a confirmation coming from either the government, Gujarat government side, or from the Air India's side. But as reports are suggesting that it was a big aircraft, the Dreamliner, and the capacity is above 200. So this could potentially be a huge loss. But of course, we'll have to see as and when the official confirmation comes from the Air India side.
Right, Arun, you are mentioning that state has assured all central assistance, of course, in the face of this massive tragedy. We are also now learning, Arun, that the Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu is heading to Ahmedabad very quickly. He is, in fact, rushed from Vijayawada after learning of this tragedy. So all of these developments are constantly happening in the face of this massive tragedy that we are seeing come out of Ahmedabad in Gujarat.
Well, that's right. The Civil Aviation Minister was in Vijayawada. He was there for some program. Now we're given to understand that he's also going to the spot. But still, we'll have to wait for the official confirmation, Griha. But this is very, very unfortunate incident. The flight which took off from the Ahmedabad airport, it's a London-bound flight. Within 5 to 10 minutes of the takeoff, it just crashed, and now many reports are suggesting that it was a well-populated area where this crash happened. So there could be massive loss of life in this incident. But as we are seeing, the Chief Minister of Gujarat is also reaching to the spot. The Civil Aviation Minister is also is going to be there on the spot very shortly. So all efforts are the rescue efforts, everything will be in place. But we'll have to really wait for the official confirmation on anything in this story.
Thank you so much for all of that information. In fact, we have got more details about this aircraft, AI-171, Boeing 787 that we have been talking about. We are now learning that this departed from the Ahmedabad airport at 1:10. From Terminal 2 of the Ahmedabad airport, it was going to the Gatwick airport in London. These are the latest details that are now emerging. It, in fact, was bound for London. It was going to Gatwick, not Heathrow. And it left at 1:10. In 10 minutes from the time it took off, at about 1:20 possibly is when that crash happened. 1:17 to be precise is when that crash really happened. We also have Anvit, our colleague, who continues to be with us. Anvit, we are learning that the Aviation Minister is also now rushing from Vijayawada. He's headed to Ahmedabad. The Chief Minister of Gujarat is headed to Ahmedabad. And of course, there is the government of the centre who's constantly in touch with not just the Chief Minister, the Police Commissioner, but also the Aviation Minister.
Yes, certainly the Aviation Minister and even other senior ministers are rushing to the spot. Also because the kind of accident it is, and in fact the number of passengers who were on board plane. This was a Dreamliner. It's usually a huge aircraft. It was a London-bound aircraft. It took off from Ahmedabad airport at 1:17, and it was expected to to land at the London airport in around 7 p.m. In the evening. But it was just 10 minutes after the takeoff that there was the mishap took place. The reason so far is not clear, obviously, because the priority right now is to make sure that the passengers are, if any, there are saviors, then they need to be rushed to the medical facility. If there are fatalities, then that needs to be taken care of. Also, what is being looked into is that the plane, apparently, as per the reports, has crashed into a residential area because it just met the mishap just 10 minutes after after taking off from Ahmedabad airport. So it is also being looked if there are casualties in the area where the plane has crashed. It seems to be a residential area. The visuals that are coming in, we can see the paramedics, the ambulances and the firefighters, they are rushing to the spot. There is a lot of chaos in that area. And the visuals clearly speak of that the area is a residential one. So which also makes it, even more grave that not only the passengers and the crew that was on board, but also people who were in that area. It looks like a heavily inhabited area. So there could be casualties also on ground where the plane has crashed. So that is also being looked into. Police have been rushed to the spot. All the initial responders have been rushed. But the priority right now is to make sure
Anvit,
that
there is a tweet by Air India that has now come. Let me put that out for our viewers. Flight AI171, this is what Air India is officially now confirming. Operating Ahmedabad, London, Gatwick was involved in an incident today, 12th of June 2025. At this moment, we are ascertaining the details and will share further updates at the earliest. This is the official words so far from Air India, Anvit. They have just put out this tweet on the social media platform X, but they are still not talking about any number of people on board. What we have managed to ascertain so far that this was going to the Gatwick airport in London. It took off at about 1:10 p.m. is what we are learning, Anvit. So all of these details are emerging. Is it too early to talk about what could have led to this crash?
See, right now also the priority of the first responders and the authorities are to make sure that how many passengers were on board, how many of them are safe, if any, how many have sustained grievous injuries, and if there are fatalities, then that needs to be taken care of. Only after that and the site is clear, then there is a separate committee that is called the Air Investigations, Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau. That will look into what could be the possible reason. There would be a committee, and this is how it happens that an air crash is investigated. But that comes at a later stage, because right now the mishap that has taken place and the urgency of the matter is that to make sure those who are hurt need to be taken to the medical facilities on priority, so that the number of fatalities are less, and also the casualties that have happened, they need to be taken care of. Right now the focus is that for all the departments, be it the disaster management, from fire safety to firefighters to the police and the paramedics and ambulances, they have all been rushed to the spot. They are managing the situation right now, but the visuals are really scary. The kind of crash it was, it's a huge aircraft. It has a capacity of at least 250 people on board. We are